Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my live session. So, my name is Timmy Phillips. I'm your host for today, and I'll be talking about the Canadian study permit or visa process and how you can go about the whole visa approval or permit approval. And so, basically, I'll be talking about the admission process, the school, the funding, the scholarship, and your choice of program, your family, how you can bring in your family or how you can come in first. It depends on your situation. But before we start, let me just put this disclaimer out there. I am not in any way an immigration consultant. I am doing this to help people out there, to give information out there based on my personal experience, and research. Okay. So if you still want more information, please go on CIC website and get more information. Okay. That said, if you have any question, please make sure to use the chat box below and just send in your questions and we'll be answering them. Okay. But before then, let's just start. I'm just going to ask you guys to, if this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much. I really do appreciate. I do not take this for granted. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Timmy and at the Fields Services. Okay, and those are the major channels or platforms that I am on. Okay, and I would be able to respond to you on time. Also, if you want to, it's very, very important, you want to book a session with me, please send me a message on via WhatsApp only. Okay, only via WhatsApp. That's the number is on the screen, +12494929070. Okay, you can always drop a message there. Okay, and then someone will definitely respond to you. Okay, that is another channel you can use. And then you can also visit me on visit my website www.thefieldservices.com. And if you are a TikTok lover like me, I love to dance. Please follow me on TikTok at Timmy Tui. That is my TikTok username. So follow me there and let us have fun together. Okay. You can also email me for any business inquiries, mailtpservices@gmail.com. So those are my social media handles, and you're welcome to drop in your messages at any time, and someone would definitely respond to your message in due time. Okay, so please kindly drop your comments, your questions in the live chat section below. Okay, and like I said, we are talking about the Canadian study permit today. And for questions and answers, please drop your questions in the chat below. So while we're waiting for people to drop in their questions, I'm just going to start. I'll start, and let me know if you're not, if you if you're having any issue, please let me know, and we'll take it from there. But before I start, I'm gonna start by saying, if you're planning to come to school in Canada, these are the things you should actually start with. Okay, look at the school. What kind of school are you looking at? Do you want to come into the college or you want to come into the university? Okay, now before you can even make a decision on that, you have to think about the qualification you have. Okay, so let's say you have a WAEC or you have a NECO, you are definitely looking at undergraduate, right? But let's say you have an HND or you have an OND or HND, you may be looking at a postgraduate depending on your your results, right? You may be looking at maybe like on an undergraduate, certificate. Usually that ranges from 1 year to 2 years, okay? Because you've already had a diploma, so obviously you want to move ahead, right? So you are looking at, okay, let me get a 1 year certificate or a 2 year certificate so I can now bridge to go for my master's if you want to. Still, if you are the kind of person that you have the degree certificate as well, And of course, we all know degree certificate is about 4 years or 5 years, right? Depending on the course you're doing. For that one, you can also say, okay, I want to come to Canada, but I don't want to do my master's. Maybe for whatever reason, I don't want to do GMAT or whatever grade. So you can also do a postgraduate program. Okay, postgraduate program ranges from 1 to 2 years also, but make sure it's a graduate program, like Ontario graduate program. I'm saying Ontario because I'm from Ontario. Sorry, I'm going to be talking majorly about Ontario here. Okay, so just make sure that whatever program you're doing is a graduate program. It's very, very important. Okay, don't just say, okay, I want to come to school and I'm just going to go get a diploma. No, you can't have a degree and then you're going further down. So it's a red flag. Okay, so you're having a diploma, you're going for maybe a certificate. Do you understand? Or you're going for a postgraduate. But if you're having a degree, you're definitely going for a postgraduate, you're going for a master's, okay? And now if you're a master's holder, you're definitely looking at, oh, I'm going for a PhD, right? Or possibly maybe I'm going for another master's. It depends. So you can't have it all. Maybe you are not satisfied with the first master's degree you did, so you want to go for another master's, or you just want to go for your PhD. Okay, so you've ascertained that. That's very important for us. So you've ascertained that. The next step will be, okay, now what school? What's my school choice, right? But before you do that, make sure you look at, okay, I want to go to Canada. What province in Canada am I going to? Because you can't just say school choice. There's so many schools in Canada here, close to 100, right? School. You can't really say, I want to start looking everywhere. So you have to narrow it down. So you want to say, okay, this is me, I have a degree, okay, and I have maybe a 2-2, okay, and I studied marketing, let's say, for instance. Okay, so you want to go, okay, I'm going to Ontario. So I'm going to focus on Ontario. I'll go and search for schools in Ontario, okay? And before you start doing that as well, you must have said, okay, what am I doing at this point? Oh, I am working in a bank. Okay, I'm a salesperson in the bank. Okay, I studied marketing. But yeah, I don't like it. I want to switch. You can switch. Okay? Or maybe, oh, you are definitely you study marketing. You are in sales, you're in sales department or the marketing department, and you say, okay, I want to come to Canada, I want to pursue that career. Yeah, so you'll be looking at the sales or marketing career, marketing management career. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll be looking at schools or programs in that area to pursue it. But that's not to say that if you also want to switch, like I said initially, you can switch. But now if you are switching and you are in marketing, okay, and you want to switch, you can switch to something like HR, right? Yeah, you can always switch to something like HR. Okay, so you have to look at the flow, make sure that it aligns with what would most likely favor you, because these are the things that the visa officers they look out for. So it has to match what you have before, and if it doesn't match what you have before, there has to be a tangible reason as to why you're going into that. So maybe you're working in a different segment. Yes, it's understandable. I can switch. You have an issue, maybe you want to switch to the healthcare, and you are, like I said, marketing, you want to switch to the healthcare. Maybe you had someone who's been ill for forever and you've been taking care of that person, so that prompted you to want to switch. So there has to be a reason as to why you're switching. But please take it from me, whatever program you're doing, make sure it's a step ahead. So if you are SSC holder, like a WAEC holder, make sure you're going for an undergraduate program. If you're an undergraduate program, you're going for a postgraduate program. Okay, so for postgraduate program, then you're now going for a graduate program, and then the PhD, the research aspect of it. Okay, so it's very, very, very important to take those cues. So this is one of the reasons why most people actually get rejected, because they don't understand. They just feel, oh, someone is giving me this and I'm just going to go there. No, it goes beyond that. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so now you've established, okay, this is the school I want to go. You've narrowed it down to Ontario, okay? And you now start searching, do I want to go for college or do I want to go for university? What is the major difference? Colleges are hands-on, just like we have polytechnics in Nigeria, but they're not really polytechnics because they are far, far above polytechnics. They get the jobs faster, they finish school faster, they're hands-on practical experience. You know what you're doing on the field. That's not to say that as you're coming to the university to study, you don't know what you're doing. But it's more for university, is more of research, more of academic, right? So you are more of research, writing, and all those stuff. So you have to look at yourself. Do I want to do that? What is my aim? What is the goal? Do I just want to come and just do and start working, or do I want to just go and start doing research and doing all sorts of things? So your choice of school is very, very important. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you are aligned that goal. Is it college or is it university? Guys, both are the same thing. Both will give you the same job. The most important thing, the end means of this is for us to get a job, right? And both still will qualify you for a postgraduate work permit after your program, okay? Whether it's 1 year or whether it's 2 years. In fact, whether it's 4 years, you are still going to get your postgraduate work permit. So that we've established that. So now, the next thing, that you've established your school, you've decided that, okay, I'm going for college. So you now go and dive into searching for colleges. You see colleges in Ontario. You now pick it down, narrow it down to the course you want to come and study. It's because at this time you've already identified the course you want to study. So you now narrow it down to the course you want to study. Now you've narrowed it down to the course you want to study. You go to the school website, you look at the course, you now look for the admission requirement. That is where you now say, okay, now I found this course, I have to look for the admission requirement. Do I meet it? Because each school has their own requirements. It varies. We have the general, requirement, basically, where you'd definitely just need your degree certificate, your transcript, your resume, your statement of purpose, usually maybe like a page, and your international biodata page. So that's the generic, information that we really do need for most of these schools. Okay, so you look at the program requirement, but for some other, schools and departments, they are specific. They will tell you what they need. So you have to look at it and say, okay, do I have this? So if you don't have that, then you look at how you can obtain that. Some will tell you they need IELTS, some will tell you they need CELPIP. So you have to look at those information. So it's not enough for you to just say, okay, I've gotten the school and I'm just going. So no, it's not going to work that way. Okay. So that's that. Let's take, okay, I see that questions are started coming in. Let's take questions, and we have spoken about the admission. Okay. No, we've talked about the program requirements. Okay, so the next will now be admission. But let's just quickly take some questions, and then we'll dive back into it. So it said, I am Alicia from Nigeria. Well, welcome, Alicia. Thank you for joining. I have a BSc Economics, but want to change to health profession in Canada. Oh my God, welcome. Where do I start in terms of application? Okay, Alicia, my question to you now is that, do you have any experience in the healthcare before? So if you don't have any experience, that's okay. Where you can start is you can start with a pre-health program. It's called a pre-health advanced diploma program. So that way, because you're an economics student, so basically you have commerce, geography, biology, English, maths, which are not the core subjects for the health field, right? So for the core subject for the health field is maths, English, physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay, so for you, in order for you to have this, is either two things: go back and do your WAEC, which I don't think you want to do that, right? But some people may do it. Go back and do that, or better still, just apply for the pre-health program in Canada. It's usually 1 year. The pre-health program is 1 year, 2 semesters, 4 months per semester. Okay, so start with that process, and then you can use that to navigate yourself into the health industry. So that's the best way for you to come in. Okay, except of course you want to go for the WAEC, which I don't think you really want to do that. Okay, so so that's it, Alicia. You start from that, and then you see yourself in Canada. Okay, so start with the pre-health program. It's a diploma program. it's a 1-year diploma, advanced diploma program. Okay, so it's for those that do not have any experience at all in the health or science field. So you start from there, okay, because you are coming from Nigeria. Okay, so I also have was as a WAEC holder, I'm going for an undergraduate program. Okay, so okay, it looks like we are skipping. Okay, thank you for this opportunity. This is from Dina Sisters. Okay, thank you for this opportunity. My first question is, what's the disadvantage of taking diploma course instead of undergraduate course for someone with WAEC result? There's really no disadvantage if you ask me, because as a WAEC holder, you can either do a diploma course or you do an undergraduate course. Diploma is just like a 1 year or 2 years, so that makes it faster. Okay, I don't even see any disadvantage here, because you can always go back to school after the diploma. You can always transition and then transfer your credit to the undergraduate program, okay, once you're done. So there's no disadvantage whatsoever. Okay, you can always use your WAEC to either decide if you want to go for the diploma course, or you decide if you want to go for the undergraduate. The problem is that undergraduate takes 4 years, and not everybody really likes to go to school for 4 years. For some people, their priorities differ. We may have some financial challenges, you may have some family issues, and a lot. So it differs. So it depends. Just work with what's best for you. The point is, you are in school. Okay, either way, if you go for a diploma course, you will get a job. Trust me, you will get a job. If you go for undergraduate course as well, you also get a job. So maybe slightly one might differ, maybe a little dollar difference in your salary pay scale. Get my point? Of course, because this person has had a higher level of education than someone with a diploma course. But that doesn't mean because you have your diploma, you can't proceed. In fact, you can be working and then also still proceed to the undergraduate eventually. But by that time, they will waive some courses for you. By the time you are ready to go into your undergraduate program, they will waive some courses for you, and then probably maybe even start on 300 level. It depends on the program, it depends on your background, it depends on the course you are studying in the diploma program and the course you are going for in the undergraduate program. Okay, so no disadvantage at all. Do I need IELTS for college? Well, no. If you are coming from Nigeria, that I know, you do not need it. You do not need IELTS for college. No, you don't. Mostly you only need IELTS for master's program or PhD. But for Nigeria, most of the colleges, we are English speaking country, so it's waived. We don't really need IELTS for colleges, except of course maybe for some specialized program. Okay, but ordinarily no. For colleges, you don't need IELTS. You don't need any IELTS for you to come into school here. Okay. Evening, how long does it usually take to be called for the next stage after biometrics? Well, it depends. It shouldn't take so long, but the whole COVID thing now has messed up so many things. But it depends, to be honest with you. Before the whole COVID situation, the timeline is usually 0 to 6 months, right? But I think things are picking up right now, and but give or take, I think if you are coming for school, let me just say for school, give or take 4 months, 6 months, yeah. And there's nothing like next stage actually. So if you have done your biometrics, you've done your biometrics, the next thing is either a visa approval, like passport request. That's PPR. They'll tell you to bring your passport, or they'll tell you that your application has been rejected, and they'll send you a letter. Okay. So after biometrics, the next thing is for you to just get your results. That's it. Okay. So before we proceed to take another question, I would like to continue to address the requirement. We've spoken about the requirement. Now I want to talk about the admission. Okay. Now you've already you already know the school, that you're going to, the program, the you're in the province, but you already know the requirement that you need based on, the school you picked. So how do you now go about the admission process? Okay, so basically you apply, but for some, they don't know how to apply, or they just don't want to go through that stress. Then you see people out there or agencies, and they help you to do the application. Okay, application actually varies. Okay, it varies. It could, depending on the choice of program that you have, it ranges from 150 $150 to as far as 500 for the for some health courses. Okay, so it depends on the program you're going for, and then you put in your application, you apply, but make sure that you have the required documentation. Now, we do admission process for people, but and it's free, right? Because we don't collect, we do with some schools, but some schools will tell you you have to pay, and some schools will tell you you don't have to pay. You don't necessarily have to pay, it's free. So it depends on the program. We'll look at what you have, send in your documentation, we'll look at what you have, and they will tell you, oh, this is the school we have, these are the options. Then you make a decision yourself. Okay, so yeah, there are some schools that are actually free, and they would submit the application for you, and then they'll give you the what do you call it? You get your admission. And there are some schools that you definitely have to pay, even if you are using, you know, an agency. So if you are interested, you can, look at the send us an email, and mailtpservices@gmail.com, and would take it from there for you. Okay, so that's about it. But for if you're sending your documents, please make sure that you have your degree certificate or your WIAC, whatever it is that you have. Make sure you have your transcripts ready with you. Make sure you have your resume. Make sure you also have your statement of purpose. But not everybody requires it. But like I said, it depends on the course or choice of program. And make sure you send in your international passport biodata page. Okay, all these documents, they all have to be notarized. If you are sending in, if we are taking it upon ourselves to help you with it, they have to be notarized before you send it to us. Okay, so the next will be, okay, I would like to talk about the funding scholarship. I know funding scholarship is a major concern for many of us. Okay, but the truth is, we don't really have much fundings or scholarships like that in Canada. Now, let me just break it down to you guys. Scholarship here, it's based on merit. So it depends on what you came out with, really. Like, do you have a degree and you came out with a first class, or you have a very strong 2-1 and you have a research experience? Some colleges that you can even just apply, and based on your result, they would give you scholarship. I think I personally also did one recently, and I didn't even put anything, and they gave me, that admission, they gave me that offer, and also offered me a scholarship. So it's based on merit. You have to have a good grade, like in school, for you to really have that scholarship. It's really, really, really hard to just say I want that scholarship. So once you have a good grade, it's a step ahead for you. And then two, some of the schools that you'll be applying to, the next thing you can do is to check their financial aid. There's something called financial aid. Check the financial aid and reach out to them and tell them, oh, I am trying to get this program. I want to know what fundings are available for this program. They would help you with it. Okay, they will definitely help you with it. So they'll tell you, okay, these are the fundings that are available. These are the fundings that are available. You will look through it and then see if you qualify. You would apply. First, see if you qualify. If you don't qualify, don't bother applying, because they won't even give you. But if you qualify, then you can apply, and then they'll take it from there. Most scholarships can be either partial or full. Okay, it's very hard to actually get full scholarship, except you are going to the research program, majorly for masters or PhD. In fact, majorly for PhD, I would say. For master's program, they also do get, but majorly for PhD, okay? Because they need people to do that research program. But for the college level, you have to have very good grades. That's it. And then two, go through the financial aid. They will furnish you with the fundings that they have. and they will tell you if that funding is applicable to. I'm so sorry, that's my son. You guys can hear. So okay, so they will tell you the fundings that are available for your particular program for that department. Another one is bursary. Okay, usually all these bursary and private fundings are given to international students when you have already applied to that school. They won't show you. They won't show you at that point, except you've applied. So once you've applied as an international student, there are some fundings that you would definitely get. Okay, and for that funding, sometimes it may be 1,000, sometimes maybe 2,000, but trust me, 2,000, 3,000 is something, a huge part of your of the money the chunk you'll be paying something. So sometimes you get that bursary, but it's not automatic as well. You also have to apply. Okay, but for those bursaries, you must have applied to the school for you to start getting that information. They will send you the information. They will tell you. They will even give you a deadline for you to apply for those bursaries. And there are also some that they call the private. How will I say that? The private lenders. No, not lenders. They're not lending you. I don't even know how to put it right now. So they call the private scholarships, like individual. They can just say, "Oh, let me just put my name now. I am Timmy Phillips. I am willing to give those in the health department or the nursing department a scholarship of $1,000. This is called private scholarship. Those are also scholarships that you can also get. So even if you are getting bursary, you can apply to about 2, 3, 4, and you just be surprised that you've actually paid your tuition after getting those bursaries. You understand what I'm saying? So is also very good. That's another way you can actually help fund yourself. But the only problem is that most of this you must have obtained your admission before you can get such information from the school. Okay, and there are also some that are government funded. That are international. They are not much though for international students, but for domestic, yes. But for international, they are not much, but there are some that are government funded. But you also have to be very careful. If your plan is to stay back after school, be very careful of the kind of funding you are requesting for, because there are some fundings that you get that you must go back after your school. Okay, so you can't say like the Commonwealth. You have to be very careful, look at it very well, read through it, and be sure that it's not the one that you are stuck with, or you are mandated to go back home after your school. I'm sure most of us don't want to go back home after school, right? I mean, we want to work here and then, if possible, get our PRs and become citizens and have a good life for our family, right? So that's why most of us are coming to Canada, right? Okay, so let's take some questions and we'll go to the next. So you said evening. Okay, I think I mentioned, I already spoke about this. Linda Motadi, what's the next stage about biometrics? Yeah, I already mentioned that. Okay, so this is Frank George said, what of someone with NCE certificate in English language and want to move to Canada to study nursing? Wow. Will I start as an undergraduate student? Definitely, Frank. You are starting as an undergraduate student. Okay, so let me just break this down. NCE, I believe, is a teaching national something certificate, right? For education, if I'm correct, right? So basically, it's the same thing. You are going to be starting with pre-health. I think I already addressed this initially, but I'll say it again because this is about nursing. So basically, what you will be doing is to apply for a pre-health program. It's an advanced diploma. In that advanced diploma, you do not it's for those that do not have any basic knowledge about science at all. Okay, the subjects you'll be doing is math, English, physics, chemistry, biology, and a little of critical thinking and some other support, some other support courses, not so bad, like communications and stuff like that. So yes, you will apply for that, but not necessarily. Let me rephrase my statement. You don't have to go for undergraduate, but in nursing we have two types, and I'm talking about Ontario here. I'm not talking about any other province because I'm from Ontario. Okay, so in Ontario we have two types of nursing. For nursing, we have the RPN, registered practical nursing, and then we have the RN, the registered nurses. You see, the registered nurses, it takes 4 years, so that is undergraduate. There's no two ways about it. Then for the registered practical nursing is 2 years program. let's just say 2.5, because the last one is your consolidation, right? So you have just practical. So that's 2 years program. Some colleges just run it like, 2 years, no break in between. Okay, even your summer, you are in school. So most people prefer to go for the RPN, than the 4 years. But again, it depends on you. Do you want to go for RN, the 4 year program, or you want to go for the diploma one? Because that RPN is the diploma one, okay? And it's more of practical. It's very intense, like hands-on, okay? So that's what you can do. But before you can do that, please, what you need to do first is to get the pre-health program on the way. Or if you don't want to go that route, please retake your WAEC and make sure you have your maths, English, biology, physics, and chemistry. Make sure you do very well, because nursing is very competitive right now in Canada. Extremely competitive. Okay. So said, Dina's sisters said, where do we take the diploma course? University or college? I intend to study social work. Oh, okay. Dina, basically you can take your social work in a college. If it's diploma, it's definitely a college. Okay. Diploma college. There are some universities that have like they call it pre-degree, that kind of thing, just like we have in back home. But for diploma, I'll recommend college for you. Okay, start with the college, and then you can now advance if you want to proceed. Okay, yeah, you can do it in the. But for social work, I think you need some kind of experience if you are going into the for the college for under the diploma. They usually request for some form of experience. So let's say maybe you have worked in a shelter before, or I don't know. I don't know if they have this in Nigeria or something. I don't know if you're from Nigeria. I'm just using Nigeria as an example. So some of these colleges, if you are coming for social work, they want you to have an experience. But if you are starting from, you're starting afresh, well, I think you should be able to get it, because it's going to be a diploma program. Okay. So said, I have a bachelor's in education, in business education. Okay, worked as a radio operator in an aviation. Please advise on choice of study. Okay, this is quite interesting. So there are two things I see here. You can either proceed with your education line. Do you want to come here and become a teacher? Or there are so many. You can either do the ECE program, which is 2 years diploma, and or you proceed to do something related to a postgraduate in education here and be a teacher. They have their own teaching thing here, if that's what. But because you have worked as a radio operator in aviation, it depends on how many years you've worked there. If it's been extensive, I would say maybe you can also look into the aviation. Radio operator, you may want to go further, higher than radio operator, maybe like aviation management. There are courses like that. You can look into that. So if that's the line you want to go into, or you can even do avionics technician, or what do you call this, mechanical, what do you call them now? I don't even know. But yeah, there are some this avionics stuff, aviation stuff. There are about 2 of them. I know that there are 2 of them anyway. So I don't know. I can't really remember right now. So you can go that direction. There are also I think there are diploma program. You can do that. If you want to really divert into the aviation, if you want to continue, but nothing stops you from taking your business education degree further. So you have 2 options actually. So yeah, the choice is yours to now make a decision. I think you have experience there in aviation, and you also have the education experience under the education sector. So make a decision yourself and know which one you would want to go for. Both is good. Both is actually good. Both are really hot cake in Canada. Okay. So what are your advice on the AIP? Okay, the Atlantic province for study PR. Well, what I can say for Atlantic provinces, they are good actually. They're very good. They actually need people there, and they have one of the cheapest universities I can say, I tell you, for international students, because they are not the same with Ontario here. The only thing is that most of those schools are very competitive. like New Brunswick, their university, they are very, 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 very competitive, and that's because the funding there is the tuition fee there is very cheap and very low. But you can also secure your PR out there, through the provincial nominee program there as an international student. It's not only Atlantic that does this, Manitoba does this, Saskatchewan does this, Nova Scotia does this. So you can just spread your tentacles and see which works for you. Okay. The only thing in Atlantic is that most likely you might not. It's a small city, like it's the northern part of Canada. So that's what I would say. But doesn't mean that people are not living there. And if your goal is looking for a very cheap school, maybe you should just go there. And sometimes you may not really get the job you want, but the most important thing is that you want to get your PR, right? So if you can endure, yeah, you can go in to the school. The most important is just getting to the school first. That's the most important thing. So if you can secure an admission there, why not go there? It's always easy. It's always easier for people once you are in a province, to get your PR out there. It's always easier compared to someone that studies somewhere else and then come in. So I have a BSc in human anatomy. Oh my God, anatomy, you must be hot cake. And I want to study nursing. Oh, I bet, man. Please, what are the steps? What are the steps you should follow? Okay. Anatomy. You're almost there. Oh. What I will tell you is that for you to have an anatomy, so that means you have your science subject, right? For you to have BSc in anatomy. So you have your science. So just apply directly. But it depends. How long have you it depends. If you have stopped schooling in the last 5 years, it may be very difficult. For most nursing school, if the gap is like more than 5 years since you went to school, it may be tough. Okay, so that's the problem. So if your English, math, and all those stuff has been like more than 5 years, yeah. So I don't know, but just give it a shot. Apply directly to nursing because you have anatomy. Why not? Yeah. So just apply directly to nursing. And like I said, I already mentioned the types of nursing program that we have. So we have two types, either the diploma or the BSc, the 4-year, the undergraduate one. So just apply directly. You are starting afresh, unfortunately. You'll be starting afresh. They may waive some courses for you. They may waive some, maybe you can transfer some courses. Maybe you must have done anatomy, definitely. So maybe they may waive some for you. But the core nursing program, core nursing subjects, they won't waive for you. Okay, so that's it. So just start afresh. Oh, you finished last year. Oh, that's good. Just apply then. Apply, but you are starting afresh, even if you finished last year. So just apply directly to the school you want. And yeah, that's all you need. If you have your degree certificate, just apply. And another thing I want to tell you is that try and see if you can do your WES while you are applying. Okay, just have your WES handy so they can do the course by course, so they can actually see the breakdown of the courses that you did. Okay, that might also help you as well. Okay, any chances of getting a fat scholarship? Oh, theology. For my older and universities, good for theology masters. Okay, I don't understand that, but I'm guessing what the question you're asking is that is it possible for you to get scholarship for master's degree in theology? Jim, like I said, you will have to put in a whole lot of work for theology, and I wouldn't say no and I won't say yes, but you have to look at, just like I said, look at the province first that you want to come into, narrow it down to the universities that they have there, and then reach out to the universities that you must have checked to see that you qualify based on your it's going to be your degree right now. So if you have a 2-1, I think, yeah, you may have a chance. 2-1 or a first class, yeah, you may have a little good chance, pretty much good chance to get maybe a partial or a full funding. To be honest with you, I don't really know which university does theology, but I'm very certain there will be universities who do that. So you may want to, go and start researching that. Okay. So yes, and you may just be surprised that we will see people who say a university or so that need them out there, and that's even good. I'm going to write it down. I never thought of theology. So yeah, that's a good one. So, but you want to go and start searching the internet, the schools, the universities, and see if you can. I don't know, to be honest with you. For this one, I have no idea. I have applied before after I got an admission into University of Manitoba, but I was rejected. Or will you advise I reapply alone because I applied for me and my family? So, okay. So, what was the reason why you were rejected? What's the reason? Have you requested for a GCMS note? The first thing you should be doing right now is to request for your GCMS notes to know the exact reason why you were rejected. Okay. So, if you know the exact reason why you were rejected, you can work on that. Okay. So, as per I was going to talk about that next before I continue taking questions, but I'll just talk about it now. Applying as a family, yes. It depends on there are various scenarios to this, okay? And applicants will be the one to actually make a decision regarding this. So here you can either apply alone or apply as a family. Now, I will just say this. If you are applying alone, that means you are using your family as maybe some sort of ties back home, okay? Or that means you don't have, most likely, maybe you don't have travel history, or maybe, you don't have enough funding, just something to help strengthen your application. But nothing still stops you from applying together, like I said. But if you want to apply together, just make sure that you guys have had extensive travel history before. You both spouses are working, so you have a very good job. You have what do you call it now? You have ties back home. You have things, to say that, okay, after my school, I'm going back. I'm not coming here with my family to run away. But again, if you ask me in all honesty, I would say maybe you can do first, and then your family can come. Okay, it's safer. It's very safe to do that. It's safer that way. But that's not to say that you cannot apply together. But if you want to apply together, please make sure that your account is very fat. Make sure that you have a very good travel history. I tell you, make sure that you have an employment back home, and they will be able to support you. They will give you a letter to support that. Okay, this is what you are earning. This is that. Maybe you have some businesses, you have some homes, land. You just have to make sure that your application is very strong when you're applying together. I've seen family apply together. Another thing you can also do is, if you know the goal is for you to come in together, first thing you can do is make sure you guys make sure you try and apply for visit visa for the family first. So make sure that all the family already has the visit visa. Then you guys can now decide that, okay, we are not just going there to visit, we want to go to study. So one of you can now decide to, okay, I want to study. I want to apply to come to study. So that way, once you get your study visa, your family already has a visit visa. All of you just come together. That's another way you can do that for the family. For those that want to really, really come with their family. Okay, it's doable. I've seen people do that. I've seen people who've been approved of that, and the both all, they all came in together, because they already had their visiting visa, and the principal applicant had the study visa, so they all just came in together. So the other alternative is, which I came in with, was I came on a spousal visa as well, because my spouse was an international student as at then, and then I came in with the kids thereafter. Nothing stops you from joining your spouse. Once your spouse comes in fact, the moment your spouse lands, you can decide to put in your application the following day. Do you understand? They can decide to join you that month or the next month. That choice is yours. Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that the first step you should be doing right now is to request for a GCMS note. I know for you to request for a GCMS note, you must be in Canada. You must be living in Canada, or you must be a permanent resident, or you must be a Canadian citizen. for you to do that. If you don't do that, you may not be able to request for GCMS notes. If that's the case, please reach out to me. Send us an email. We help people to request for GCMS notes. It takes about a month to get to you. Okay. So I think I answered that. Okay. So decide which one works for you and your family, but get your GCMS note first. Okay. You answered Hope well. Thanks. We will. Okay, that's fine, Jim. I'm glad I did. And okay, so I think I already spoke about the family, because I was going to talk about that, because I see that comes up quite often. People want to know if they are applying together or together, or as a single applicant. So the ball is in your court. You make a decision. You can either do it the way I just said it, or apply first and then immediately submit the application for your family. And you can also, if you're a family with kids, you can also come with your kids. The only problem is that, can you handle it? Can you? Because it's really, really tough, to come here with kids. You have to factor in, aside from your tuition, from your living expenses and all those accumulation, you also have to factor in the kids' daycare, especially if the kids are young. The government is not going to pay you. No, you have to actually pay. You have to actually pay yourself. Government is not going to pay. So that's another thing. So you have to factor that in. Can you handle it? Is it something you can handle? Because studying in Canada is really, really stressful. I won't even lie. Like, it's so stressful. Okay, so let's take another question. Said I'm about to finish my BSc education in computer science and education. I wish to study good artificial intelligence for my master's degree. Please, can I go for the course, or is it a must? Oh, no. It's not a must, Esther. It's not a must that you must choose an education course. No, because you have a computer science education, so computer science is good. You can always go for artificial intelligence, and it's actually a very good course. Trust me. It's a very good course. No, it's not a must to go for education. The most important thing here, is something related to computer, and just make sure that your statement of purpose is very strong, and you have to give a reason as to why you're switching from education, and make sure that you put the hint of the fact that, of course, you're already in that field already, anyways. So you just want to, take it one step higher, right? You want to get into the real field, to the IT field itself. So please go ahead with that. It's very good. It's a very good option out there. Okay, so now I just want to quickly talk about the application process and then wrap it up. For the application process, we have talked about the choice of program, we have talked about the school, we have talked about the scholarship, we have talked about deciding if you are applying alone, or you would be applying together with your family, where you have to make that decision yourself, and the next thing I really want to talk is the application process. I know many people have applied and they've been rejected before. That's not the fact that you've been rejected before doesn't mean that when you apply again, you'll be rejected again. No. Okay. It's always good to, if it's what you want to do. I know there are other options out there, but if Canada is the real goal for you, you would dust your paper and then start the process all over again. The first step you want to do is to request for GCMS note what the visa officer has written there, and tackle it one after the other. Major reason why most people get rejected is their statement of purpose. Trust me, the statement of purpose is key. It carries a heavy weight on your application. Once the visa officer sees that and it's not making any sense or is generic, trust me, your application is out of the window, I tell you. So make sure your statement of purpose is very important. Why are you choosing that program? What is the motive? Why are you coming here? What are your plans? What do you plan to go back to do? How do you intend to impact your society with the program that you've that you plan to come and study here? How do you want to put that application back home? Like what you've learned here, how do you want to impact your community back home? Okay, what do you stand to gain? You understand what I'm saying? And so it's very, very important you highlight those things in your application. And how is that program you are doing, how is it related to you? So if you are the one that you are switching career completely, it's okay to switch career. I switched career. I used to be in HR, okay? I switched career. There's no, and I'm in the health industry right now. So it's okay to always switch career. Just make sure you have a reason for switching that career. A very genuine and very, convincing reason. That's one. Your statement of purpose is very, very important. Two, make sure you do upfront medical. Okay. Now, if you don't do upfront medicals, usually it wastes your time. Before you know it, it prolongs matters. I know it's a whole lot of money, but make sure you do your pre-medical. Is very, very important. You do your biometrics, submit your application, do your police clearance report, put your application. If you apply with your children, get letters from your kids' schools to show that they are going to school. Okay, that they are of good behavior, whatever. Just get that introduction letter and stuff like that. Put every document. Put your property, document. Please make sure it's legit. Okay. Write if there's any money, your funds. If there's any money that is showing your account that is huge, explain how it got there. Okay, and support it with receipts. Make sure it's supported with receipt, and then you'll be fine. Guys, this is very easy. I know it's a lot of stress. It's easier said than done, I know. But then, I mean, you just have to be thorough with your application. Make sure there are no loopholes. All lines are dotted, and you'll be fine. So that's all I can say. And we'll take a few more questions. And yeah. So what's this? So you said we can apply for family when the lands. You said we can apply for family when the principal applicant land. What are the benefits the family can enjoy? Oh, when they join. Oh, okay. Yes, you can actually apply. You can apply for the family when the principal applicant lands. Yeah. What are the benefits? Basically, for international students, you don't really have much benefit like that. Okay, it's like you sowing a seed, but once you get your PR, you will reap it. Not much benefit. The only benefit I see here is that the kids go to school for free. Okay, so that's the major benefit that I see that international students, yeah, which is something. I mean, the education is priceless here. The quality of education is fantastic. Okay, so I think that's basically the only thing you'll be enjoying as an international student. But trust me, you would enjoy once you get your PR. Okay. And the fact that you are with your family is something, it helps you, right? And then your spouse can be working while you concentrate on your school. Okay, so I think it's a very good one. Basically that's it. Yeah, for international students. I have a BSc in food science and technology. I wish to do accelerated nursing program. How possible is it for a mother with 3 kids? Or is it advisable I start all over? Okay, Egweri, like, what I will just tell you, I'm a mom too. I'm in a nursing program. I cannot do accelerated. You know, it depends on your strength and your capability. If you are very strong, some people do it. If you are very strong, yes, you can do it. Accelerated program is actually 7 semesters as opposed to the regular program, which is 8 semesters. So that one you are doing it in 2 years, inclusive of your summer break. So no summer break for you. Pam, 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 pam. You're going right. Meanwhile, we have our summer breaks and we're just done in 4 years. But if your kids are really little, maybe you can come. You can bring your parents in, or maybe your spouse can come with you. Guys, sort it out, manage the stress together. If you can do that, fine. But personally, for me, I can't do it. I mean, I couldn't do it, so I'm going on the normal flow. But yes, it's doable. Okay, just have to have a plan. Set your goals, have a plan. Know that this is when I'm finishing. I'm dedicating my 2.5 years to finish this accelerated program. It's just 7 semesters, and I'm done with it. Okay, but I'm just saying it now. It's very hard. I'm just telling you the truth. It's extremely hard. Even the normal program is hard. Talk more of accelerated. You barely would have a life. Let me put it that way. But trust me, it's very worth it in the long run. Okay. So I can't really make that decision for you, but as a mom, I would say no. Okay. So how long does it take to apply to school and get the permit? To apply to school is really not long. Usually, if you go through agents representatives like myself, where we help people get admissions, give or take within 2 to 6 weeks, you will get that. Sometimes, it could even be within a week, so it depends really. So there's no rule book to that. And then for your permit, that one is the visa officer that can answer that question. But ideally, it should be 0 to 6 months. Ideally, it should be 0 to 6 months. But please give a leeway. When I say 0 to 6 months, please make sure that all documents are intact. You've done your, like I said, you've done your upfront medicals and everything, so that by the time you just put it in, you've done your biometrics. The next thing you are getting is your PPR. Bring your passport, okay? So that said, guys, I think we've been on for like an hour now, and I would like to wrap it up. And I was just gonna ask, I don't know, did you guys benefit from this? If you did, do let me know in the chat section. If we should do this from time to time, so we can always come back and say, okay, this is the step I've gotten to. Just let me know in the chat box. Let me know. Do you guys think we should do this maybe often, or we should? I don't know. Just let me know, guys, if you have learned anything today and you feel maybe you want to come back to chat, or you want to come back to have more questions, do let me know. Or alternatively, you can always reach out to us, send us a message, or book a session with us, and then we'll be able to address any information. That's the number there, +1 249 492 9070. Okay. And also you can send us a mail, and visit my website. It's www.diffuseservices.com. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Oh. I love to dance. I can't kill myself. So guys, please don't just go away. Like, share, and comment. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Please, and follow me on Instagram. I actually post information on Instagram as well. At Timothy or at Diffuse more actually. At Diffuse Services, I post information about school, Canada, and everything there. For any business inquiries, please send me a mailtpservices@gmail.com, and I'll sure answer you. So let me know if you guys want us to do more of these, and we would definitely do it. Okay, I'll just answer these last 3 questions, and that will be it. Thank you so much, Frank. Thank you so much. The discussion was indeed awesome. Thank you so much. And so I studied geography and environmental management, came out with 2-1. I am presently working in aviation. Wow, wonderful. What do you advise for course of study? Well, geography and environmental management is also a good one. You can also look into the public health sector for that. Is good. You can aviation is also a very good one. Why don't do you want to do aviation management and also dive into the aviation industry here? So those are the 2 things I can actually tell you. It's good for geography and environmental. Yeah, that's good. It's also a good course in good program in Canada. Aviation is also a very good program. Forget the COVID, we are picking up back. Okay. Do you have to do undergraduate course to apply for PR? No, you can do a diploma program and still apply for PR. Okay. You can do a diploma program. The most important thing, guys, is make sure you have at least 1 year study. So once you have 1 year, you will have a 1 year postgraduate work permit. Once you have a 2 year, 3 year, or 4 years, then you'll be having a 3 years postgraduate work permit. It's been a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. I'll send an email. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, my sister. Thank you so much. I hope to see you do the nursing, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. A whole lot. Please, let's do this often. Oh, definitely. I'll put it into consideration. Maybe and I'll let you guys know. Maybe we'll be doing this often. Thank you. Thank you so much, Esther. Thank you. Oh, Timulayan. That's my name. Thank you so much. My namesake. Thank you so much. Guys, and that's it for today. Thank you so much, guys. Do not forget to like, share, and comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share with your loved ones as well. Thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram. I post there. Send me a message, and that's it for today. Next time, guys. Bye for me. Bye, guys. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, we'll do this more often. You guys just let me know. Yeah. Okay, guys.